Just sat down.
You didn't sit down, it wouldn't have popped up.
Yes, it was.
You know, would have been wondering what we would.
It just wants you to stand for the whole board meeting. Okay.
All right. So we are now
Let's
live.
go Wearing green.
We have in attendance Solon Knox Glansberg, Alan Little, Ella Hayes, Bill Ale, Heather Woods, Megan Norton, and Mandy Schrantz. That is 7 board members. We have a quorum, so I call the meeting to order. First up is minutes from last month. Megan?
They look good.
Oh, that was a thumbs up.
Yeah,
Hard to
thumbs up.
see from over here.
Yeah, I'm far away.
Does anybody have any questions, comments, or concerns on last month's minutes?
No.
Move to enter them into the record.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, what we got up first on the agenda tonight?
So I looked at the Facebook page, Facebook event. I didn't see anything on there
Okay.
for no agenda items there. So I guess we've got our usual financials and Green Man Day. I don't know what else we wanted to else we had on there besides like Welcome Summerfest and all those normal updates.
What you got?
We need to have a discussion about the outdated coffee pot.
Oh.
Okay.
I thought we had decided to replace it.
It has
It's
been
already
thrown
been
away.
pitched.
It's already
Okay.
trashed. So we just
I'm
need a
gonna
new
go-
We
one.
talked about that Wednesday night.
I'm going down tomorrow to look at a new one.
I wasn't here when that decision was made, so I just know that cord was getting like burn your hand hot when it was
Yeah.
burning coffee.
That's a small enough replacement item that we just went ahead and decided to do it.
Okay.
So then let's do a financial report. Let's do a report from security and a report from Summerfest. And then I believe Castle and Megan at least have some information for us on our income streams. So
Yes. All right. So I'm gonna start with our January report for income and expenses. Income for
January or February?
February. I'm sorry, I'm a month behind. It'll be okay. We're gonna go February. I don't want to do February again. I'm sorry. All right. For February, we had $6,814.62 come in. We spent $2,309.86.
Can you repeat that number for me one more time? Apologize.
Which one?
What we spent.
$2,309.86.
Thank you.
We also set up a savings account in February as well, right after the board meeting, because we wanted to start setting aside money for
We put the raffle money in
the
it.
raffle money in it, but we also transferred $4,500 from the large donation that was made to the church into that as well. So right now, currently in the savings account, there's $4,580. Income for the month of February was $4,504.76. 10% tithe was $450.48. Split that in half, $225.24. The mother coven was tithe less $29 for $196.24. The choice charity was tithe $226, and those were paid out today, so it's taken care of. We don't have to worry about it.
I have a question.
Yes.
You had on the financial report at the beginning, you had said income of the 6,814.62 cents. How's that different from the income that you just mentioned, the 4,504? What's
Oh,
the difference?
shit. I did something wrong. That's what's wrong. Thank you for catching that, Ella. I took out the expenses and I shouldn't have. I will fix that and get the right amounts put to the charities this evening. Thank you for catching that, Ella. I made a mistake.
Okay, so the 450
That was our net increase.
so I'm gonna mark that as net increase then. That's why I just wanted to clarify if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I'm human. I erred. My brain farted this morning, okay? Or this afternoon. I will get that fixed and get the right amount paid out to the charities, less what I've already paid them.
Did all the construction steal your brain?
Yes. I feel sorry for you driving back and forth to here. 127 is a nightmare.
And then our Patreon this month is looking at $932.
And I'll vouch for that because it's already in the account for the month for March. Is that up or down from last month?
It is slightly down.
Okay.
932, you said?
932, correct.
All right, thank you.
All right. Do we have any other questions for our treasurer? Comments? Nope. All right. Moving right along. How about security committee?
All right, well, we met Thursday after the last meeting. We went through and made we pretty much roughed out our fire annex, our suspicious packages, and the bomb threat annex. We need to probably take another look at those this next meeting and then see about setting those up in a notebook in the shop for you guys to use, go through and see what you think. We should wait till after the board okays it and make sure everybody knows that you can go in and you can read through all of this stuff and see where we're at on it. If you'd like to see something change, just make a comment in there and we'll evaluate that. Also at convocation, well, we all know there was a small incident with a fire alarm, and it was handled well. I kind of got stuck in a stairwell. I was in the suite, so I stayed and made sure, everybody got out of the suite. I got stuck in the stairwell behind some people that I couldn't quite get around. The Castle and Ashnodday made the call to rally up by the van. As far as I know, it was you guys, and that was a good call, and I think that should kind of be our standard operating procedure at these kind of get-togethers, is meet at the van. Also, we need to probably take into consideration who from our group is there that may not be hanging out with us that we may want to check on in an incident like this. So if we could come up with some way, and we can discuss this at our next planning meeting, is some way of tracking, who we should go look for at these events. So
I think one solution that we identified at the time was that we did not set up a Weavers at Con chat, which we've done once or twice in the past. I know we did it for Mysteries last year. We kept using the board chat and forgetting that Ryan wasn't in there, and there were people in the board chat that weren't there at all. So that's one easy solution right there.
I agree.
Just make it a policy whenever we've got an event going.
I think that we could do that. Even have like one for like the stuff we do at Fenner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can open a community level chat in the Weavers discussions on Facebook for each event that we do.
Definitely.
And then we can use that also to make announcements and stuff.
Okay.
I like that.
That's all I really had, unless anybody had any questions for me.
what are your thoughts on sending out in the next newsletter or two an explicit request for our folks to log into their profiles on our mailing list and add phone numbers that we can text in case of emergency?
Where do we keep that? Is that on?
It's on
Google?
MailChimp. It's on MailChimp. And so what I can do is set up a form through MailChimp that people can go to add that information to their profile and to explicitly opt into text messages. So I was thinking that we could put that in the newsletter and tell folks, hey, we've got this. We'd like to use it as an emergency announcement system for events. And that way we could broadcast over that whenever we've got an event going on, that there's something like that too, as needed.
Like if there's tornadoes during Litha.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I was thinking.
I have
Stop
a-
speaking it into existence, please.
Yeah, we haven't.
I
had
stayed
Litha
home
yet.
that year for a reason.
So
Yes,
my
just
thought on
say-
that is, can we make it clear if we do that, that we're not going to use that for advertising to them, and definitely don't,
Oh, well, yeah.
because
yeah,
that would be a
absolutely.
reason people would not want their phone number in there. Is I don't want to get, your ads and stuff.
Right. Right. No, that would just be, in fact, we could set it up as a separate opt-in too for emergency numbers or for emergency announcements and for event announcements.
Mhm.
I think we can segment it like that. So
I like that idea. I had to ask where it was because I don't recall ever setting up a MailChimp opt-in.
well, that's what that pop-up whenever you go to our website for the first time, and if you have not filled out the little pop-up, it asks you to sign up for the mailing list, and that's that particular form. The code goes straight into MailChimp, and it stores the mailing list and the opt-ins and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I
So
did that
how
once.
easily accessible are those lists from like your mobile device in the event that we're in an emergency, you don't have your laptop handy?
I should be able to send a blast from my phone and have
Okay.
it go out to a
Okay.
particular list. Once I get it set up, I can't finish setting things up until I have people opted in. It's set up. So that was my thought on a first step.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Okay. I'll put that on my list. Anybody else have any questions for security? All right. All right. So what do we have next? Welcome Summer Festival, right?
Yeah, that would be next.
On your market set, go.
Go. All right, we have total of 17 vendors right now.
Cool.
That includes the store and the charities and stuff, but that's better than where we were sitting last year at this time. We're doing actually really good with that. I have an email prepped to go out this evening to current vendors so they know what to expect the day of the event, just kind of starting to prime that pump. And reminding them of the rules of the park and things like that. And then I also have another email to go out to potentially new vendors because I got another crop of cards. I'm going to send it out again, see what we can come up with, see if we can get some more, throw some more mud at the wall and see what sticks. See if we can get some more people. I think Leanne is trying to commit, but doesn't know yet. They're still trying to work logistics with making sure they have enough people and enough product to do that.
Yeah.
But it's worth a try. But no, I've got some stuff there. Also, the email that I'm sending out to the current vendors is to get us pictures of their products and a little bit about what they do so that we can advertise them on our Facebook page, and also inviting them to join our Facebook page to share their information because that's important. We didn't have a meeting last month because we were prepping for con. We were kind of busy. This month's meeting, we have another event happening too, but we still need to have a meeting this month. So after we're done with this, we will talk about a meeting this month when we're not broadcasting live. And that's
Alrighty.
That's what I've got for a report from you. Oh, I know last month we talked about having money for ads. So are we going to do that? Do a percentage of our income to do ads so that we can start pushing this out?
I thought that was decided.
Yes.
I was,
Okay, I'll give you the number.
um,
So our number then is just a second.
because if I remember correctly, I think we landed on, and I'm looking now, but I remember we landed on a percentage of our income goes to advertising as a whole, and then there was going to be part of it was going to be sent out for Welcome Summerfest. I think a part of it was going to be sent out as part of the Weavers standard advertising. I think.
All right, so
Does that sound right, Solanux?
Okay, I wasn't sure if we talked about that as a board or if that had just still been,
No,
No, that was.
No, we voted on
last-
it.
I think we
yeah,
voted on it.
Yeah,
did we vote on it? Okay.
So I think it was 10. Was it 10% or
I'm
5%?
seeing if I can find it.
That's what I'm looking right now.
Thank you.
I'm looking on the meeting minutes.
Okay, so
now.
it looks like Bill moved that we take 5% of monthly revenue and take that into marketing budget. Half goes to Facebook marketing and half goes to Google marketing. This includes the whole church marketing and Welcome Summer Festival as part of it.
Okay, so we got 5% of $6,814.62, guys, to spend for the month.
At one point we had set up a marketing team, I thought. Do we still actually have a marketing team? I don't think we do.
I
It's
don't
just
think
been
we.
me.
Yeah, it's
No.
just been you.
Okay.
Um.
Alrighty. Oh, what's funny?
You can't see them, but Ashley is down here sitting on her hands, trying not to raise them to volunteer for this.
That's
keep
All
up
right. Do we have
your-
any other questions for
Except I can't look that way.
Summer Festival?
I think we're mostly waiting on the next meeting.
Yeah, we'll have more. I did reach out to Ted and Kate. They are on board. I will have information from them on what they want to do by the end of this week, so we can start getting some advertisement out about that as well.
That's so exciting.
Sounds good. All right. And then after that,
We had Green Man Day.
yes, Green Man Day. Okay, so we have Green Man Day this month on the 17th. We also have other events going on the 17th. My thoughts for Green Man Day was just going to be decorating for Ostara since it's the ritual is that Saturday. Is there anything else that we wanted to or we're planning to do for Green Man Day for March?
I didn't have anything. Did
We typically also want to like not necessarily inventory, but check the ritual before and ritual current. So like the double check that all of In Bulk is in Bulk and all of Ostara is in Ostara
Mhm.
boxes.
Yes, double check your boxes, work on runes for the eggs, the batteries for the beepers, all the supplies that you're gonna need.
So- That was something that I was gonna double check. I meant to do it this weekend and it didn't get done, but I was gonna double check that stuff on Saturday while we're kind of up there.
Okay.
Anyway, myself, however, anything that doesn't get done, if I do need some made, I might let y'all know. Hey, can you make some more runes for me? I might, if that's okay, whoever's gonna be there to do it.
We can just put that up on a list on the board.
Yeah.
So plans for Sunday the 17th are starting at 10 a.m. Mandy, my thought was that you and Ryan could hang out until around noon and then come up to the store. I believe I've got Jay working that day, so you could just take him with you. And then y'all could do Green Man Day from the store with anybody who comes. And then after Green Man, we'll be done here and we can meet up again afterwards.
Okay,
Does that sound good?
that works.
Okay.
And I'll have 2 volunteers here working the pantry that day, but if you need help, I'm sure they'll help you out too.
Something that we could add to the Green Man Day, if y'all run out of things to do and the weather is good, is pick up trash.
Yep.
I don't know what's going on, and I am not going to get into what's going on out there because not worth it, but I'm tired of looking at it. So the trash pickup might turn into a weekly thing if I have to. I don't know. But that's something that you could add to the end of Green Man Day if you run out of things to do and the weather's good.
You writing that stuff down, Ashley?
Yes.
Awesome. It is kind of funny that we all have a shade of green on it.
Yeah. We're
wearing
sharing.
green.
Oh,
No, all of us here at the church have green
Yeah.
in some shade in some article of clothing. It's kind of creepy.
All right, I guess that takes care of Green Man Day for this month. For April, Castle, with that possible set of volunteers we got
Mhm.
and other conversations that we have been having. And Mandy, this question goes to you too as our codes person. What are the odds of us being able to set up a garden on the property this year?
there's nothing that's stopping us from setting up a garden and using that property for that, like, because there's no building,
There's no water, there's no sewer, there's no nothing.
right?
The
What I'm thinking is the city going to get pissed if we set up a garden?
I don't think so. There's nothing that says you can't garden on
your
your
property.
property.
But my thought process is if we put things in for a garden, are we gonna end up having to move it?
I don't care if we have to move a garden. It's
Okay.
it's plants and dirt.
Okay,
What putting in a garden now does is it gives us an opportunity to try it out, to practice. For some of us who aren't good at growing things, to have a chance to just to get in the dirt and start practicing with growing food while it's not a requirement to survive. Garden can be moved.
Okay, fair.
With not having water out there, we probably want to put some type of rain catchment on the shed roof.
Yeah, we'd have to look into that. I don't know because it's all plastic. I don't know if we can do that.
Or some other kind of catchment system out in the back.
Right.
Right.
There's only so much water you can lug.
Yes.
Other question is, did we have did we have somebody who had said they were going to call about getting the driveway put in?
No, we were waiting to hear back from the architect to see where it would be the best place to put it.
We put that on pause with the architect, so we need to get back in touch with the architect. Okay.
Like it's according to the city, there's really only one place to put it.
Well, according to the architect, though, he said that telephone pole, that pole could be moved.
Okay. So yeah.
All right. So yeah. Okay. I will call contractor, architect, whatever. Call the architect back and
And
who is the most proficient gardener in the room here?
I
Like,
Castle, was that you?
yeah,
Tim
and
also raised their hand.
Talen's also got the hand up too.
Okay.
Who?
What do you think?
Heather and
Me.
Kat.
I was pointing at you guys, so
All right. What's up?
Um, do you think that you two could put your heads together and come up with a gardening for dummies strategy for this year
I
and
think-
what we would need to implement it and have that ready for next meeting?
Yep, got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not talking permanent structure. I
Right.
don't want to build anything.
Just
The most I
tiller
want to
right
do is
around.
fence it off from the deer, but yeah, just to do something.
All right.
Yeah.
We got a road chiller because it's at Mandy's house.
Awesome.
I
That's half the battle.
bought it several years ago with the pantry bought it several years ago. It might need a tune up.
Yeah, think about if we need to rent a brush hog or something like that too.
No,
We get back in there.
because I figure we do it right there by the shed.
Yeah, you don't want it too far back where the water retention lies.
Well, maybe not far enough back into the swampy area, but a little farther back where it's not right out in
Of course,
full
we
view.
also need to look at what plants need full sun, what plants need.
Right, we'll talk.
Yeah, yeah,
And we don't have to worry about the seeds because I got a shit ton of them in the back.
awesome.
You've got more than what is just at my house too?
Oh,
'Cause I
yeah.
have the seed box at my house.
I also have a bunch more here.
Find out also what it would take to put chickens out there while we're at it.
Hmm.
So it's
You
the
can
class
have
residential.
you can have-
Lansing allows chickens.
You can have up to 5 hens, no cocks. It has to be 10 feet away from all property lines.
I think we can do
They
that.
cannot be free roaming. They have to be fenced at all times.
You do want to,
Interesting, because I
Have you
see
ever-
free roaming ones all the time.
Have you
That
ever
doesn't
seen
mean
a,
it's
a
legal.
movable? Have you ever seen a movable coop? though?
yes,
Yes.
A
Yes.
tractor coop.
A tractor
Yeah.
coop or a old trampoline. Base.
I think I have an old trampoline base.
Old trampoline base coop. That works too.
then we
I would love to have chickens out there. I'd have turkeys and ducks too if we could.
Hi, Megan.
Rabbits.
Remember the ducks at Ferris?
Oh God. no.
Okay, so yeah, consider the chickens too, and let's put something together for a go plan for next month.
Okay, cool.
And then I know Cecil and Megan, we're looking at alternatives to Patreon, basically.
Can I have a comment before we move off of this gardening topic?
Yeah,
So the Mother Church is selling seed boxes. I think it was $25 for
27.
$27 for like, so like 20 different.
20 different seeds that are heirloom, and it would be stuff to help further the mission with Save the Seed Foundation. I think that would go ahead, Megan.
Basically, Castle and I were discussing if we feel that this is a worthwhile investment. It's mutually exclusively beneficial to both us and the Mother Church. It is, a way for us to get some seeds that we can then possibly save and continue on that legacy, while also producing
Food for us to
food
eat.
for us as well.
okay. Yeah, go for it. Get a
All right.
box, get a couple.
You want me to get a couple? They're
Might
going to be
as well.
all the same if I get a couple. They're going to be all the same seeds, each box.
Yeah.
is. All right.
That'll allow us to plant more. We could also, if you do it fast enough and we got them in time, we can hand some out for Ostara.
That's true.
You want me to get 2 or 3 boxes? They're $27. You tell me.
What do y'all think?
I need some input, guys.
I feel like if we can get them in time for Ostar and we're handing them out, I would lean towards 3 boxes.
but if not, then I
But if
lean
not,
towards
then
2.
2. Yeah.
I
agree
think
with
that sounds good.
Beltane's not too late to hand seeds out for me.
Yeah, Belpane's not too late.
That's true, because we're not gonna be putting anything in the dirt until.
Memorial Day.
Right.
We'll probably want to start some things at Ostara, but
Right.
okay, I like that. If we can get them by Ostara 3, if not 2.
All right, I'll get that taken care of tonight.
I'm excited. Doing things, doing things. All right. So do we have any other questions on gardening Greenman property?
Nope.
All right. So yeah, what have we got on Patreon alternatives?
I signed up for Zappi, which is a free website or a free site that allows us to do memberships, and it allows us to ticket our events. It allows us to do a mailing list. I know we already use MailChimp, but it does have that feature in it as well. And it also allows people another way to donate, and they don't charge us a fee. Right now, we're losing about $80 a month from fees that we pay on Patreon. This allows our donors, let's say I go in and I donate, my Patreon is at $20. It allows me to put in the cost. I can cover the cost of those processing fees if I want to. I don't have to, but I'm allowed to do that. And it doesn't come, so that $20 that I'm donating to Weavers of the Web is an actual $20 bill. It's not $19.58. It's not taking that money off the top for the processing and the payment fees, which is a good thing. It is going to make it where we do have to do more leg work, though, because they don't have a way to. We would have to use our MailChimp to mail things out to people via email, be it our Patreon, our stuff that the recordings that we're doing of our Wednesday night discussions and our
Handouts,
and our
rituals.
And it'd take a little more legwork on that end, but it would be a way, it's a cost saving effect. I don't know if the trade-off is good enough for that. We'd have to really look at it and sit down. I've got to do a bit more research. Megan,
Can the MailChimp do the videos?
I don't know or
Yeah,
not.
we didn't know if the MailChimp
Oh, I
could
didn't
do
know.
the videos. However, I know that one discussion was had, and I did the best that I could to explore it, but I'm limited on what I can get. In it is utilizing the YouTube membership to be the video aspect of our Patreon.
But we also already pay for Vimeo, which Vimeo is, it's not a horrible amount, and Vimeo does keep those locked down and easier on us. We don't have to remember to do it. It's already done. It's
Could we have, as part of the emailing thing, it send out the link to whatever the Vimeo video is that is locked down? And how would that, how would that differ from just sending a YouTube link for one that's like a hidden link?
So if we make a YouTube video unlisted, and then we send out the link, anybody can view with that link. So if they share the link, they're sharing the video. And part of this is a security issue. We provide the recordings for reasons of accessibility, not as an infinite library per se. It's accessibility. And so the idea is that, yes, we open the church doors and the church meeting is a public meeting. But we allow you to stay off camera. And then when we close the church doors, this is no longer a public meeting, which is why we want to restrict the access to the paid Patreon members. So we can't just do unlisted and share links, because that could get out to people who are not part of the group. That's the idea, is to prevent this from the possibility of being shared with anybody outside the group. Oh, look who I saw in this place. Right?
But what does Vimeo give us to do that?
Okay, so what Vimeo is doing right now is it is providing a locked down, secured hosting for those videos that we can then securely provide only to our Patreon subscribers. So we link through from Patreon to Vimeo to provide the hosting. They don't get a link, they just watch it there in Patreon. And so if they don't have the access to that tier for that post, they don't get to see it at all.
Okay.
Now, what we could do is we can make our YouTube recordings private, which we've been doing. And then I think individually share them with people by email. So they give us an email for their YouTube account when they become a supporting member, and then we give that email access to the YouTube video library of recorded meetings. And
But
I,
what stops them after, all right, let's say I do that, what stops me from sharing those links out later?
because the link won't work for anybody who is not logged into an accessible account.
Oh, okay, fair
Yeah,
enough.
you literally, when you try and go to a member video that you don't have a membership for, it basically does what Patreon does, which like shows you like a clip of the video and says like you don't have access to this.
Okay, I didn't know that. I don't use YouTube a lot. That's why I was asking.
Yeah.
So
would that
It would,
mean
one thing we would want to do is YouTube has a tendency to pull thumbnails out of the middle. And so we would want to clean up our thumbnails and make sure that our thumbnails did not show any faces. Just make sure the thumbnail is the opening slide and not something in the middle. That way, even that preview wouldn't reveal anything.
okay,
But so
we could do
I
that
think,
on the YouTube side real easily?
yeah, I think so. It needs to be tested, and I will put that on my list. Test private video sharing on YouTube. I will test that, and if I can get that to work the way I think it should, that takes care of the videos.
Matt's got her hand up.
Yeah,
I don't know if this is still part of Vimeo or not, but back in the day when Vimeo first started, they had an option to password protect videos. Where if you didn't share the password, the person you shared the video with couldn't see the video.
yeah.
And I don't know if they still offer that or not.
I don't know, but so Vimeo, we were talking about the different costs on things, where Zephy is free. So, and if Zephy gives us a mailing list, then we might not even need the MailChimp. But Vimeo is $50 a month.
Okay.
Patreon's about $80 a month right now. MailChimp is sitting at $20 a month.
13.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 13 is what I pay out to MailChimp every month.
Don't see.
Okay.
And Linode is
Um,
9.
Well, that's a
Back when
separate
the
thing.
Yeah.
first-
That doesn't figure into to the Weaver stuff. The other benefits on Patreon, we could revise those and move them over to the Zephy and just continue to manage them manually. I would be in favor of reducing those benefits significantly unless I heard something from others, particularly the readings. Nobody is using the readings. Like we've done less than a handful in the 5 years that those have been on the table. Some of the higher level stuff we can keep going and we can transfer because we got all that information from Patreon. We have lifetime information on people. So the things that accumulate over time, like the bricks at the fire pit and stuff like that, we still have a record and we can still have people accumulating that so we can do it when we build it. Thoughts?
I definitely like the idea of reducing. If people aren't using the stuff, then that's just what it is. If they're not using it, then they obviously, maybe that's something we try again in the future as we grow, get bigger. Maybe some people will start utilizing it, but for now, I'm okay with that. It also just is less for us to keep track of. I
Yeah,
think.
that's my thought. Less for us to keep track of. If I'd be in favor of dropping a few of the other perks as well, and we could go over that in more detail next month. I don't want to make the move too fast.
Right. This is going to be a
Because I don't want
strategic.
to. We're gonna lose people when we make the move. Almost guaranteed. I'd like to make that as small as possible and hopefully pick some people up along the way. So I will run the test on sharing things through YouTube if it looks like we've got enough security there. I'll sit down and map out all the changes and start making announcements.
If
On
you
the
want to
Patreon.
use my Action a Day Gmail account as a test dummy, you can.
Okay, thanks. I've got a few others I can play with too.
Yeah,
So
actionaday.silverstar@gmail.com.
And we do that. Zafi has a way to make it where we can be a team, so that more than one of us can log in to work on stuff.
Ooh,
and
good.
that'll be helpful too because that was something that Patreon was going to make like double or triple our cost to do.
Zappy allows us to make it a team, so we can have anyone that wants to be a part of that team be on that team to help us manage that and take care of it. So we're not, it doesn't all fall on Solanox or all fall on Megan or all fall on Ashley. It's all of us working together. Many hands make that workload lighter for us.
And also, once you tested out Solanox and the Zephy, at least the basic stuff is set up, I wouldn't mind moving my subscription over there because then we could do like a more internal test. Just let
Okay.
me know when.
Okay.
And I can move my subscription, and then that way we could check it and just make sure everything looks like it's supposed to from my perspective. That might help with making
From
sure
the consumer perspective.
from the subscriber perspective. That way we can just get a feel for all that before we make the grand hey everybody, we're moving over to Zephy announcement or whatever whenever that comes. So more testing.
Okay.
As long
Yep.
as the church gets the money, that's what matters.
Right.
Hopefully, I probably won't get to this until after the 1st, but hopefully we can get it at least ready to move by next board meeting.
What I can do then is I've got most of the tiers in on the Patreon. I basically click our Word document, our Google Drive document that has the tiers and all the information in it, and started putting that stuff into Zephy. I will finish that process up so you don't have to worry about it. Then when we go through and edit it, we can edit it right in Zephy.
Okay.
That
Cool.
work for you?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yep.
We got about half of them up, I think.
Yeah, we got about half of them done already because we wanted to look. I wanted to see what it looked like, and so we could get the big picture and see what it looks like.
Awesome. All right. Well, that's pretty quick taking care of business there. What else do we need to talk about?
The curse that's daylight savings time.
Yeah, this is the worst
Worst
Monday
Monday
of the year.
Fuck daylight savings time. All right. Got that out of the way.
Messes with your circadian rhythm or whatever it's called.
The circadian rhythm.
Not
Yes.
if you don't go
circadian rhythm.
outside.
Yeah, that's kind of hard to do when we have a day job. Hard.
Sorry, I
If
just
you live in a cave, it doesn't matter.
I don't know. All I know is my brain said it is way too early to be up this morning. When I got up this morning, I'm like,
Mine said that on Sunday when I woke up at 7, which was actually 8, and couldn't get back to sleep.
I slept
Alfred?
only 2 days in a row.
Alfred, do we have any comments on YouTube?
Didn't look like anybody had been watching.
Okay.
Nope.
We're not that entertaining.
We're not. Also, to let everybody know, we had someone reach out to us about helping and volunteering with us for April, May, June, and July. They've got 3 or 4 adults that want to come do 3 or 4 hours of help. It's through a
At a time.
at a time. It's a company program. And then the person that reached out to me said, if there's gardens involved, I don't care what day of the week it is, I will come out and help. So
I imagine there's
The
a few
universe
others
does
in the Weavers
provide.
that would, yeah, I think there's a few others in the Weavers that would do the same thing, and we're all getting this poke to plant this year, so let's do it.
with the garden stuff, we're going to have to add some amend to the soil though, because that soil out there is rough.
Yeah, that's part of what I'm talking about. Y'all put your heads together and put together the list of what we need. And
Okay.
then next board meeting, we'll authorize it and set a schedule and get it going.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right?
All right. Because I've got a connection to compost that if you can't grow in the compost, you can't grow anything.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good compost then.
I can
Good.
attest because what we planted on that one fence line is the only things that survived the black walnut.
Hmm.
We put that compost.
Good
Right.
stuff. All right. Do we have anything else that we need to address as a board
I don't think so.
at this time? All right.
Bueller? Bueller?
Bueller.
Bueller?
I was dead at the time.
All right. Move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It's fucking